All right, so today we are diving into something pretty cool. Private WLAN radio systems.
Okay.
You might be thinking, isn't that just like a fancy way of saying walkie-talkie?
Yeah.
But trust me, this goes way beyond your grandpa's old comms gear. We're talking seriously advanced tech here.
It is really interesting how this tech takes that idea of a radio and like integrates it with the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're bridging two different worlds to solve these communication problems in ways we haven't really seen before.
Exactly. And that's what ICOM is doing with this WLAN radio system.
Okay, cool.
We've got the brochure right here.
Okay.
And you sent over some questions, so let's unpack this.
Sounds good.
Basically, we're talking about a system with these handheld transceivers. Those are your radios, plus these access points that are like signal boosters.
Right.
They blanket your location with really good coverage.
So it's like you're building your own private network.
Yeah.
But instead of like laying down cables, you're using radio waves.
Right.
And you put these access points in smart places. It gives you a lot of flexibility.
That's really cool. Which makes you wonder, why not just use cell phones?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got one these days, right?
For sure. For sure. That's a question I get a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And it gets to the core of why these systems are so interesting.
Okay.
So think about it. Even if you have perfect cell service, you're still stuck on a network that wasn't built for you.
Right.
This system, on the other hand, is all about control and customization.
So you're saying it's like having your own dedicated lane on the information superhighway instead of battling traffic with everyone else.
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
And that lane comes with some serious perks.
Okay.
The brochure really hits that real-time communication as a key thing. Imagine pushing a button and talking to your team instantly.
Right.
No ringing, no waiting. That speed is so important in the right situation.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing something else that stands out.
Okay.
Especially for those of you working in industries where safety is so important.
Yeah, for sure. And that's where these dedicated systems are really different.
Okay.
We're talking about man-down alerts, lone worker alerts, stuff you won't find on a normal cell phone. You know,
right.
This system was built with worker safety in mind.
Yeah.
Which is huge for things like construction mining, even security at big events.
Yeah. It's like having this safety net built right in.
Yeah, exactly.
If someone falls or if they're alone and goes silent, boom, help is on the way.
Exactly.
That peace of mind is huge.
For sure.
But even beyond the safety stuff,
yeah,
I noticed some other cool advantages in this brochure.
Okay. What'd you see?
They mentioned this thing called dispersed site communication.
Right.
What is it? How does that work?
Good question. That shows how adaptable this system is.
Okay.
So say you're managing construction across a bunch of blocks.
Okay.
Or a mine with teams underground and above ground. This system uses a VPN.
A virtual private network.
Right. A VPN to connect those spots securely online.
Oh, very cool.
It's like this bridge extending your network past its limits.
So your teams could be miles apart.
Yeah.
But talking like they're in the same room.
Pretty much. That's the idea.
Opens up a lot of possibilities.
It does.
And speaking of which, this brochure says over 20 hours on one charge.
I saw that.
That's got to be wrong, right?
Nope. That's real. And for some industries, that's huge.
Okay, how so?
Think about a security guard on a big site.
Yeah.
Or construction working double shifts. They need comms that keep up with them, not the other way around.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want your radio dying at the worst moment.
Exactly.
But it's not all just practicality, though, right?
No, not at all.
They've got some really cool features in here, too.
What else caught your eye?
The built-in audio recording.
Oh, yeah.
Like a black box recorder for all your conversations.
It is kind of like that. And it shows how these systems do more than just basic talking.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They give you data insights, too. Imagine reviewing training after an incident.
Right.
Or even seeing how people talk to find problems.
Wow.
It adds a whole new level to how teams work.
That's really interesting, especially for fields where training is constant.
Absolutely.
You could analyze how a team handled an emergency and figure out what went well and what didn't.
Exactly.
That's like a digital paper trail, but for audio.
Right.
Could be really useful for training or investigations.
Definitely.
Now, the brochure talks about some interesting ways to use this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious how it would work in different places.
Okay.
So let's say a busy construction site.
Okay.
Multiple floors, crews everywhere. How does this system handle that?
That's where those access points are really important.
Okay.
You put them all over the site to cover every little bit. So even with teams on different floors,
right,
or in stairwells or blocked off spots, they're still connected.
Wow, so it's like an invisible communication grid.
Exactly.
Keeps everyone in the loop.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears completely.
Okay.
A remote mining operation safety is super important there.
Absolutely.
How does this system make those workers safer?
Well, that's where those advanced safety features really shine.
Okay, you're talking about the man-down and lone worker alerts, right?
Right, exactly. In mining, where people use heavy machinery or work alone, those features can actually save lives.
It's like a guardian angel in the system.
I like that description.
Keeping an eye on everyone, even underground.
Exactly.
Okay, last one. A huge hotel or a busy mall.
Okay.
What's the advantage there?
Think about how many staff they have.
It's a lot.
And they're always coordinating between departments.
Housekeeping, security, all that.
Right. With this system, you make dedicated talk groups.
So messages go to the right people.
Exactly.
Well,
no more interrupting other teams.
So much more efficient.
It helps everyone stay on top of things.
So whether it's construction mining or a busy mall, this system can handle it.
It's designed to.
It's more than a walkie-talkie. It's a whole communication platform.
And it's only getting more advanced.
That's what I'm thinking. Makes you wonder what's next.
Right.
Well, there you have it. We dove into a private WLAN radio systems.
We did.
We looked at what they can do, their benefits, how to use them.
And they're pretty impressive.
They're more than just talking. They give you control, customization, and safety.
They can change how a lot of industries work.
I think so, too. Hopefully this deep dive gave you a new perspective
on these systems.
And maybe spark some curiosity about the future of communication.
It's an exciting time for tech.
That's for sure.